Shabbat Shalom, everyone. So nice to be with all of you on this first Shabbat in May. We are going to begin our service with Hine Ma Tov, how good it is that we can all be together. The words are on page 128.
Shevet Achim Kam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Kam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Kam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Shevet Achim Kam Yachad, Hine Ma Tov U'Manahim. Shevet Achim Kam Yachad.
I'd like to call up Janine Hutner to offer us some words of announcement.
I'm Janine, representing the Board of Trustees, and I would like to welcome you this evening to the temple. The beam of flowers this evening are in loving memory of Mildred Green, Maita Green, Dr. Mervyn Green, Richard Green, Evelyn Bayless, Dayton Bayless, Lena Green from Patty Tushman, Laurie Green, Lisa Kilcourse, and all their families. The Kiddush this evening is in loving memory of Fred Burson from the Burns and Burson's families. Sunday, May 5th at 10 a.m., Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. We will hear from the students from the Toledo Jewish community who will share their stories from conversations with second-generation children of survivors, Alan Markowitz and Ann Rosenberg. Saturday, May 11th at 9:30, Torah Today. Join Rabbi Delson for a lively discussion about the Torah portion and how it is relevant in our lives today. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
I also have one addition for the announcements. Not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, the 12th, at 3 p.m. will be our last BGSU College of Musical Arts recital, featuring bass soloist, string bass, and composer Adam Harsvey will be doing a bass recital for us. So 3 p.m., Sunday the 12th.
Great. Thank you. So we are here to celebrate Shabbat, and it has been, for those of you who follow the news, it's been quite a week. I feel like I've said that every single week since October 7th, but here we are once again. And our tradition is so brilliant, our Jewish tradition, in offering us this day of rest, this day of separation from the rest of the week. And the Torah portion for this week and for next week, this week is Acharei Mot, and next week is Kiddushim. And on other years, these two Torah portions are connected. And within them, they have the holiness code. They have sets of laws that we should follow in order to reach holiness. Now, if you have read these laws, you may not agree or live differently than they are, and that is just great. We are supposed to argue with the text. But the essence of what our text is telling us is that the idea of holiness is about separating ourselves. And we call Shabbat a day of holiness. Shabbat, Kodesh, I suppose you could say, one of the ways you can say it. And so it really, truly is a gift for us to separate this day, at least this hour, you could say even, from the rest of the week, letting go of all of the things that burdened us this week, whether they were local, familial, worldly, and just to be here with our community, to sing the songs and the prayers that we know so well, and to take a few deep breaths. As we have been doing this week, I would like to highlight Omri Miran, who is one of the hostages in Gaza, who was in one of the videos that was released. So we know that there's a sign of life with him. He's 46 years old. He is a man with kind soul and good friends. And he's from kibbutz near Oz. And he was taken in his own car to Gaza. And he left behind his wife and 2 very young daughters. And so we're bringing Omri into our Shabbat this evening. We'll turn now to page 120 for the candle blessing, and I'd like to call up Julie and Kathy to light our candles. Do you want me to go ahead and light this
Okay.
one? Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to read this, the English part? You can read this one.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Thank you. On page 126, I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, to bring that vision to life. Page 138 for Lecha Dodi.
You may not know this setting that I'm going to share with you tonight. It's a beautiful setting by Lazar Weiner. he set to only verses 2, 5, and 9, but allow it to wash over you. Read through the English and get a sense of the beautiful transitions that he does and how he sets each section of this prayer very differently with a lot of different color and different mood.
Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pine Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechuvenelcha כי מכל הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף המעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה התעודדי כי ברך קומי עודי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני היה לי נגילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת מהלה גם בשמחה ובחצולה תוך אמונה עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה.
That's beautiful. Page 144 for the Hatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמן רבה בעלמא דברך עדותי והמליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב והימרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי המיה ויתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשן, ויתעטר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמד קודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבקתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, והימרו אמן.
Please rise on page 146 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai, hamevorach. Baruch Adonai, hamevorach, leolam avad.
Page 150, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Vaed.
Please be seated. Page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובחומך, וקשרתם להות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
There's a quote here at the bottom of page 155 by the author Julius Lester, who says, "Judaism is a doing which can be grasped only by the heart." I love this idea that Judaism cannot just narrowly be defined as a religion, but we are a people, and we have culture, and we have a shared history, and that living out all of those things is action. That's why we say we are Reform Jews, not Reformed Jews. We're not done. We are continuing to learn and grow and move with the times. And Judaism is too, in the way that we practice it and experience it. And at the same time, because we are all of these things, it's hard to define. And so by saying that is something that can only be grasped by the heart, much like poetry, we are, when we live out our Jewish life, we are also reaching in to ourselves. A beautiful idea. We'll turn now to page 158 for Mi Chamocha.
Kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugvelom yad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, God Yisrael.
Page 162, Vishamru, our song for Shabbat.
Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן, בני ישראל, Shabbat vayinafash.
As we move into the Amidah, I just wanted to remind everyone on page 168 that we are using the included line, the asterisk line, Morid Hatal, which we talked about last Shabbat. And let us...
Oh, a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
A surprise.
Who can do it? We'll practice it right now. We
There
practiced
we
it
go.
last week, too. So it's Atagi
Which one's that?
Borleo,
What page is on that?
168.
168.
Morid Hatal, Morid Hatal.
Got it. There will be
We had a lot of
quiz.
rehearsal time today. Please rise for the Amidah, page 164.
Adonai
Sefatai tiftachu fi tehillatcha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בר גבורות, ומדוע מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. Page 174, you have the words to Ritzay, asking for God to accept our prayers. Page 179. We'll read the top in the English together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. Make contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivorech et amo Yisrael, bashalom.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah
Turn now in our prayer books to page 371 for the Mishaberach, our prayer for healing. This week in our community, we are praying for the healing of Lois Roth, Betty Benjamin, Richard Herman, Bonnie Ross, Cindy Bramson, and Yitzhak Halevi Ben Miriam, Cantor Ivor Lichterman. If there are others that we'd like to list to name tonight, I would encourage you to do so. We'll start on the side of the room.
Dave Saltzman, Noreen McElroy.
Words of the Mishaberach, page 371. Take the next few moments for our own personal prayer.
Say shalom, shalom bimramav. Say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael.
I cannot tell you how many articles I have read this week and last about the college protests happening around the country. So many words have been written and so much fear has been stoked. And at the same time, so much gaslighting about how, just everything, that it's really not that bad, whatever, anyway. And how difficult this time has been for Jewish students and faculty and their families. With each article I read, I wanted to peer into the words and see for myself what is happening, what it might feel like to be a student who is there, to understand the pull of the encampments and the chanting together and the being together. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not agree with the protests, but at the same time, I'm someone who has studied sociology, and I am fascinated by it. One student interviewed in one of the many articles that I read this week said that she didn't even know why she was there, and that her friend asked her to go, so she went. And student protesters of time past might understand how it feels to be in the middle of it, and the chanting along with people from all different places, standing up for a worthy cause, trying to make a difference. While the roots of this protest were born from movements of the past, this one is very different. Early on in the Torah, we are given a brief story about people coming together for higher means. In Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 through 9, we have the story of Babel. And this is how it reads. Everyone on earth had the same language and the same words. And as they migrated from the east, they came upon a valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and burn them hard." Brick served as stone, and bitumen served as mortar. They said, "Come, let us build a city and a tower with its top in the sky to make a name for ourselves. Else we shall be scattered all over the world." Adonai came down to look at the city and the tower that humanity had built. And Adonai said, "If, as one people with one language for all, this is how they have begun to act, then nothing that they may propose to do will be out of their reach. Let us," meaning God, "let us then go down and confound their speech there, so that they shall not understand one another's speech." Thus Adonai scattered them from there over the face of the whole earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it is called Babel, because there Adonai confounded the speech of the whole earth, and from there Adonai scattered them over the face of the whole earth. When hearing this story, we may wonder what God was so afraid of. Isn't it a good thing when people work together for a common goal? Rather than allowing them to do that, God confounded their speech and scattered them around the world. Was it really about them having too much power that they could displace God, or was it something else entirely? The Midrash, the stories that fill in the stories, follow up that story with the following quote, trying to explain, when they say come, they said, "Let us make a tower. And on that tower we will place an image on top and put a sword in its hand, and it will seem that it is waging war against God." The rabbis had the view that, in fact, they were trying to wrest God from power and control. They were coming together for a purpose. Another midrash imagines that the time before God scattered the people, that they too wanted to see what it looked like from their vantage point, saying this: "Many, many years passed in building the tower. It reached so great a height that it took a year to mount to the top. It took a year to get all the way to the top. A brick was, therefore, more precious in the sight of the builders than a human being. If a man fell down and met his death, none took notice of it. But if a brick dropped, they wept, because it would take a year to replace it. So intent were they upon accomplishing their purpose that they would not permit a pregnant woman to interrupt herself in her work of brickmaking when she went into labor, molding bricks as she gave birth to her child, and tying it round her body in a sheet. She went on molding the bricks. Everyone working together, working towards something that seemed like a good idea. Everyone was working together that seemed like a good idea, but eventually it led to their destruction. In the middle, their intended purpose got skewed by the building. They were so focused on their goal, they forgot their humanity. The norms that they built for themselves did not allow for dissent of any kind, not for the person who fell during the brickmaking, nor for the woman giving birth to the next generation. When it comes to the encampments and the war in Gaza, there are no easy answers. When anyone says that they know the answer, they do not. I don't know the answer. What if the encampments were all dismantled in a few weeks when the students go home for summer? What if this is just another passing phase? Even if the news coverage and the encampments go away, there will, of course, still be lasting effects for our Jewish students and faculty on these campuses. The norms have shifted, and it is now acceptable to decry in public one definition of Zionism as equal to genocide, and that for many people, including Jews, anti-Israel rhetoric slices a thin line to anti-Semitism. We have crossed a new boundary, and we will have to deal with that. Even so, the way that we talk about what is happening right now matters. So much about the protests make me so angry and sad. I never thought that we would see a time when there would be open anti-Jewish sentiments, and they would be used so widely across the political spectrum. We are hearing terrifying things, and at the same time, we are often only hearing the most extreme of it. There are examples of students who really do just want to see the killing of Gazans end, and those who have family there. There are also Jewish students who just want to go to class without being turned away at a checkpoint. They should have the right to express their connection to Israel and their disgust about what happened on October 7th by Hamas, and they also have family there. In a few weeks, I am leading a webinar about toxic polarization and norm setting with a rabbi who is an expert in this area. As she and I were brainstorming for the webinar, we were wondering together about what it is like for the students in the encampment who want to be there. For a student, we were imagining a student who is in the encampment because they want to be there because they oppose the war in Gaza. But then they see a person sitting next to them writing a placard or a postcard, a poster that says Intifada Revolution. That student might think that it is wrong, but rather than call out that person, they just go along with it because maybe they don't understand the words, or maybe they just want to stay within the group. In the realm of norm setting, the person writing the poster needs to be called out to help set the norms for everyone else, or only the most extreme voices will be heard. Yesterday, I got a call from a former student from my former temple who just graduated early from UCLA, but she still lives near campus and is active in a campus group. She called because she wanted some guidance on how to stay in relationship with her friends who are all on varying sides of what's happening on her campus, Jews and non-Jews. After a while, she mentioned how angry she was that a pro-Israel group of students threw firecrackers into the pro-Palestinian encampment. She loves Israel and is hurt by everything she's seeing right now. I think we need more people like her. Someone who's an in-group moderate, calling out what she sees as wrong, regardless of which side people are on. In both cases, the supposed student and the real one that I know, they are likely with the majority of students and people watching what is happening. Our words matter. We may want to build a tower using evidence that what we are seeing in the news is the worst thing that we've ever seen. And the ones getting the greatest, and at the same time, those are the ones getting the greatest amount of comments and clicks online. But just because we're seeing it, it doesn't mean we need to speak in terms of us and them. It is easier and more comfortable to use that binary for us and them, but it's not going to get us anywhere. We cannot continue to demonize that side that doesn't agree with us. That is the wrong kind of unity. It will eventually lead to our destruction, as it did for the people building the Tower of Babel. So on this Shabbat and going forward, may we use our speech carefully. May we take breaks from consuming the 24-hour news cycle. May we always remember our humanity, and may we be among those who bring about peace within ourselves, our community, and our world. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to return now to our prayer books. We are in the middle of the counting of the Omer, the 49 days in between Passover and the holiday of Shavuot, and the blessing for that is on page 570. Here I am, ready to fulfill the mitzvah of the counting of the Omer. Let us say the blessing together in the middle of the page. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Today is the 11th day, which is the first 1 week and how many days? 4 days of the Omer. Thank you. Lovely. So again, this is our spiritual awakening from leaving Egypt before receiving Torah at Mount Sinai. We'll turn now to page 586 for Aleinu. And I'm wondering if Esty and Chaya would like to come up and open the doors. Please. Please rise. Good job. All right, come on up. You're on this side, Esty. You're on this side. They just slide open. Great. Perfect. Aleinu l'shabach Adon hakol, l'teknu lo liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoy haratzon, velo zamanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo samcho kenukam, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech mahei hamlachim Please be seated. Thank you. How does this keep happening? Page 597. On this Shabbat leading up to Yom HaShoah, we will read responsively the reading number 10 called Yizkor. We remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow, for their dreams left unfilled and lives taken too soon. We remember. Remember our brothers and sisters whose sacrifice kept the dream of democracy and justice alive. May their courage be our inspiration and strength.
For life cut short and vision unrealized, we remember.
Remember the fallen of our armed services, the victims of terror and tragedy. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of peace. They were in love with our land and in love with life.
For the
agony, the tears, the mothers and fathers, for the children who were and for the children yet to be, we remember. This week in our community, we are remembering Jason Taylor Judas, whose family is in the period of Shloshim. We also remember Fred Burson, Dr. Edward Binzer, Ben Cannon, Marion Wasserstrom Davis, Alice Davis, Roy C. Davis, Sarah Bell Davis, Marilyn G. Eisler, Paula Phlox, June Gertz, Sam L. Goodman, Maida Green, Nancy Greenspoon, Anna M. Gross, Eva Hatner, Rachel Isaacson, Harmon L. Kaiden, Priscilla Kreutzer Casey, Sophia H. Lempert, Ann Levine, Harry Levison, Fanny Bass Lebov, Louis Little, Abraham L. Myers, Louis Michael, Jenny Snyder Miller, David Raymond, Kurt Ross, Francis Rubin, Ida Sackles, Claire Patricia Schaefer, Ethel N. Schwartz, Stephanie Silverman, Edward Sklar, Samuel Solomon, Michael Van Dam, and Sherry Wilk. Are there other names that we'd like to mention this Shabbat?
Herman Baumann.
We'll rise together. We'll rise together as, sorry. What was that? Thank you. We'll rise now together, page 598. Yit gadol v'yit kadash shemei rabbah ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agalal v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudusha b'rechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. May be seated. Our closing song this evening is Ein Keloheinu. I forgot to get the page
which is on 626.
626. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andrea. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat
Please join
Shalom.
us in the hallway for Kiddush and Motzi.